Jacksonville Jaguars fans, welcome in to Duval Daily presented by GenJag.com. I'm Jordan DeLugo. Thank you so much for tuning in here Tuesday, May 27th. As y'all know, it is the season of lists, of rankings, of all that good stuff. So we have another ranking to get into here today. Edge defenders in the NFL from PFF.com. But exciting, we do have an OTA later today. Media will be allowed to attend. So we will have some updates from Jaguars practice, press conferences, all that good stuff later on this afternoon. I'm excited to get out on the grass. I had a great weekend enjoying pool time, family, friends, all that good stuff. Obviously, Memorial Day. Remember and honor those that gave it all for us to be able to enjoy days like that and enjoy our way of life. So awesome weekend and excited to dive into these PFF edge rankings. I did see a graphic and I posted about it on Twitter. So I do know Josh Hines-Allen is not in the top 10, but I'm rolling through this here with y'all for the first time, this list. So I don't know about Trayvon Walker, anything like that yet. We're going to dive into it. Really appreciate y'all being here. If you enjoy the content, please like and subscribe. It's all Jaguars all the time here at Duval Daily, Gen Jag. So Myles Garrett tops the list here, and I have a link in the description below so y'all can follow along with me if you like. Myles Garrett tops the list, no surprise. Micah Parsons, TJ Watt, Nick Bosa, Aiden Hutchinson. I think that top five is, yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. I did post I thought it was laughable that Josh Hines-Allen not in the top 10. And I'll explain why. Max Crosby at 6. Yep, makes sense to me. Then this is the tier where I start to look at Josh Hines-Allen, I think could be above any of these players, in my opinion. Trey Hendrickson, Jared Verse, Will Anderson Jr. And look, you can make the argument either way with Trey. I think that Josh Hines-Allen is a more impactful overall run defender. I think that when he has been put in situations where there's a competent offense on the other side, where there's actual interior pass rush, like he's produced an extremely high level. He does continue to produce at a high level, but Trey Hendrickson, you can't take anything away from him. Jared Verse obviously had a huge rookie of the defensive rookie of the year campaign. So, and I'm very high on his upside and his pass rush productivity, all that stuff. They really weaponized him using that speed to power extremely well last year. So then you get to Will Anderson Jr., which again, like right now, do I think that Will Anderson is really better than Josh Hines-Allen? No. Do I think that as a much younger player, he has higher upside, all that stuff? Yeah, I think that's fair. I think if you were lining up today, all these guys are in the same tier. Trey Hendrickson, Jared Verse, Will Anderson, and Josh Hines-Allen. I don't think that Khalil Mack should be ahead of Josh Hines-Allen. That doesn't make any sense to me in the world. I mean, I know he had a good year, right? But there's no way you could convince me that Khalil Mack is a more impactful player right now than Josh Hines-Allen. And that's what really makes this like not make sense to me. Now, Josh Allen, and I keep saying Allen because they have him listed as Allen, but it's Josh Hines-Allen. He comes in at 11. So, you know, we can get irritated that he's not in the top 10 graphic. Defend our guy, right? Because Josh Hines-Allen is my guy. That's been somebody I've been very high on for a very long time, even when there was a time period where Jaguars fans wanted to trade him away. I said, no, the Jaguars need to sign this man to a new contract. They need to keep him in Jacksonville as long as they can keep him around for. And that's exactly what it looks like they're doing here. But PFF's blurb about Josh Hines-Allen says, Hines-Allen has long been one of the NFL's most underrated players. 2024 was no exception. The former first-round pick out of Kentucky tied for ninth in the league with 63 total pressures, just 1 year removed from a career-high 90 in 2023. Yeah, I think this defense was a mess last year, and for Josh Hines-Allen to play the way he did in this defense is pretty impressive overall. I really do believe that. So coming in at 11, obviously there's a ton of really good edge rushers in the NFL today, and this is one of the most important positions in the NFL today. Josh Hines-Allen, to me, is one of the most complete guys that you could ask for, though. Great pass rusher, great run defender, high effort, high motor, energy. He brings it all the time. He is a great leader, a guy who makes big plays when the team needs them the most. So to me, it is a slight to have Khalil Mack ahead of him. I think that is a name recognition. Honestly, I think Josh Hines-Allen is a lot better than Khalil Mack right now. But, you also have Danielle Hunter right under Josh Hines-Allen. And I think Danielle Hunter, maybe not as good of a run defender, but probably overall a more versatile pass rusher than Josh Hines-Allen. Both very good players within this division. Alex Highsmith at 13 with the Steelers. Very good pass rusher. I don't know if I'd have him that high. You got Rousseau at 14 with the Bills. Again, I don't know if I'd have him that high. Jonathan Grenard up there. Brian Burns, Andrew Van Ginkel. Jalen Phillips at 18. Rashawn Gary at 19. Abdul Carter at 20. That's interesting to me. Very interesting. And I do think Abdul Carter is going to end up being an absolute problem. But Abdul Carter, who hasn't played a down in the NFL at 20 overall, I thought PFF just wasn't included because I've been looking through these rankings that they've been producing, receivers and such. I thought they just weren't including rookies. But if you're going to have Abdul Carter at 20 among edge rushers, I think there's an argument to be made Travis Hunter should be in the top 32 at receiver, but we'll see. We'll see how that plays out. That's very interesting. Bradley Chubb, Dolphins. He's had a lot of injuries, so is Jalen Phillips, his teammate. Carl Granderson at 22, New Orleans Saints. Okay. Nick Bonito, Denver Broncos. Yaya Diaby, Josh Sweat, Odafe Owe, Chop Robinson, Nolan Smith, Zadarius Smith, Kyle Van Noy, Montez Sweat, Nick Herbig. To not have Trayvon Walker in the top 32 edge defenders, and this is not like pass rushers at edge defender, this is the top 32 edge defenders. Yeah, he's not in this list. I guarantee you, decision makers around the league would have him no lower than 20. And I think depending on the defense you're running, he could be as high as top 15. I strongly feel that way. That is wild. So Trayvon Walker has developed so much as a pass rusher. He's got double-digit sacks each of the last 2 years on teams that really, outside of Trayvon and Josh Hines-Allen, I mean, there's not been a ton of consistency. Foye Oluokun is a consistent football player, but other than those two guys, not a ton of consistency. Tyson Campbell has dealt with a lot of injuries the last couple years, right? He's a really good football player, but that's wild. Trayvon Walker not in the top 32. And, I don't want to get into narrative street and all that, but I do think PFF has kind of been low on him for a while. I know they graded him better this past year than they had, but he's one of the most impactful run defenders at edge in the league, and he's been double-digit sacks each of the last 2 years, and he is improving in his pass rush efficiency. That's crazy to me. I guarantee you if there was a draft, right, and you're putting together teams, he would go in the top 15 among edge rushers. At worst, top 18. To not have him in the top 32 is crazy. Crazy. I mean, this guy is, first of all, he's still extremely young. Trayvon Walker. Second of all, I know that we can sit here and talk about, pass rush efficiency and pressures, which I'll be the first to tell you. Pass rush efficiency and pressures and all that stuff is very, very important. It's indicative of how well a player is doing on a down-to-down basis as a pass rusher. We've got the recycle going by here, so if that's making a ruckus, I do apologize. But Trayvon Walker is still only 24 years old. He's stacked double-digit sacks back-to-back years, one of the highest run defense efficiencies in the league at edge. Sacks matter too. I know pressures matter. Again, your pressure rate is indicative of how often you are getting to the quarterback and making an impact, but making the play also matters. Getting sacks also matters. It's not one or the other. It's a combination of the two. Travon's getting better in the pass rush efficiency department, but he is making big plays. And he's a great run defender. He's a smart football player. He's a player that opposing offenses have to game plan for. They have to chip him. They have to give help on that side because it doesn't matter who he's going against. He is a better athlete, a more physical freak than almost 99% of offensive tackles in the league. And again, at only 24 years old, as a player who came in, everyone knew he was a raw, unrefined pass rusher coming out of Georgia. To go from where he was to where he is now as a pass rusher, to me, is very impressive. And I know for a fact there's no way he would fall past 20. If you're talking about the league drafting, doing a redraft of all the edge defenders, there's no way he'd fall past 20. And that's not me defending the pick. I never would have made that pick in the first place, but that's me defending the player and the person that the Jaguars have in their building now. Trayvon Walker is a damn good football player. Josh Hines-Allen and Trayvon Walker both should be a little bit higher on this list. I don't think it's crazy to have some of the guys ahead of Josh Hines-Allen that you do, but Khalil Mack is laughable, in my opinion. Absolutely laughable. And Trayvon Walker to not be top 20, much less not on this list, is pretty crazy. So, that's something for y'all to get a little fired up about. I think that they need to put some respect on their name, and you hope that with this new coaching staff, with this new regime, guys will get more attention because the Jaguars will be winning more games and more close games. And if you're in close games, where maybe you have a lead late instead of trailing late, it's going to give Josh Hines-Allen and Trayvon Walker opportunities to go hunt some sacks up. And so that's what you're really looking for here this year. And you hope Anthony Campanile can weaponize them, get them one-on-ones, get them some free rushes at times, right? Different things to really help these guys. Because to me, defensively, they've kind of been like how the offense was, like where it was all on Trevor Lawrence. I feel like it's all been on Josh Hines-Allen and Trayvon Walker to go get it done. And they're not helping them all that often. Can Anthony Campanile actually do some stuff to help these guys, get them some advantageous situations and matchups? That would be awesome. So we'll see how it continues to play out. But again, Josh Hines-Allen coming in at 11 is a little low. Should be top 10. And Trayvon Walker not being on the list, absolutely crazy. Let me know what y'all think in the comment section below. We will be out there at OTAs today, so keep it locked here on our YouTube channel, on my Twitter, @JordanDelugo. If you enjoy the content, please like and subscribe. Y'all have a good one.